Good morning everyone. This is the report of Group 2, the Module 4, Ideas for Globalization. But before we proceed to the main topic of this report, I will discuss first what is globalization. Globalization is the act of globalizing the state of being globalized. Especially the development of an increasingly integrated global economy marked especially by free trade, free flow of capital, and the tapping of cheaper foreign labor markets. Let's proceed to the lesson 1, Global Media Cultures. Media plays a significant role in driving global integration through various forms of media such as television, the internet, newspapers, radio, and magazines. Information, ideas, and cultural norms can be shared across borders, contributing to a more interconnected and integrated world. Let's analyze how different media forms contribute to various aspects of global integration. In our world today, long-distance love affair is no longer a problem for people who are in different sides of the world. With the easy access of internet, we can be of each any time of the day. And with just one click of our cellular phone, laptop, or desk computer, we can easily access Facebook, Twitter, Skype, Google Chat, or other programs which can be used to communicate with our partner, friends, and family. So kanang for example kanang mga Facebook ron kay kanang like pag mata nimo pwede na ka kanang i-chat na lang nimo siya mo good morning kanang may ana, then ganing dili na ka maglisod nga ipaabot sa iya kung unsa imong ingon like through letters kanang kay di ba parehas sa una is kanang maglisod pa sila, like magsulat pa sila, then pila pa kaadlaw bago moabot, bago pud ma-receive sa receiver, then maghulat na pud kag pila kaadlaw bago pud ka maka-receive og mga text. Unlike karon kay nakuan naman ang mga technology kanang mapadali na ang mga kanang mga buhatonon nato everyday in our life. There are 5 integration media cultures. First, economic integration. Media, particularly digital media, has revolutionized the global economy. The internet and social media platforms have enabled businesses to reach consumers worldwide, facilitating international trade and e-commerce. News outlets and financial media provide real-time update on global markets, enabling investors and businesses to make informed decisions. Second, political integration. Media plays a crucial role in disseminating political ideologies and information across borders. International news outlets like BBC, CNN, and Al Jazeera provide global coverage of political events influencing public opinion and policy making in different countries. Social media platforms like Facebook and Twitter have been instrumental in mobilizing political movement and protest around the world. Third, cultural integration. Media is a powerful tool for cultural exchange. Films, music, television, shows, and digital content produced in one country are often consumed globally, promoting cross-cultural understanding and integration. For instance, the global popularity of Hollywood, movies, K-pop music, and anime has spread American, Korean, and Japanese cultures respectively across the world. Fourth, social integration. Media platforms, especially social media, have connected people from different parts of the world, fostering global social integration. Platforms like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter allow users to share ideas, experiences, and perspective, fostering global conversation and mutual understanding. Fifth, technological integration. Media also drives technological integration. The global adoption of digital and social media platforms has standardized certain technologies worldwide. For example, The widespread use of Google, YouTube, and Facebook has led to a global integration of these platforms' technologies. However, while media drives global integration, it's important to note that this process can also lead challenges such as cultural homogenization, digital divide, and issues related to media ownership and control. Cultural homogenization, digital divide is well discussed later. The dynamic between local and global cultural production involves a complex interplay of influence, adaptation, and resistance. Both local and global cultural production have unique roles and impact on society, and their interaction shapes the cultural landscape in significant ways. Cultural products within a specific community or region. This includes art, music, literature, and other forms of creative expression that are unique to a particular area. Local cultural production is crucial for expressing unique identities and preserving cultural heritage. It allows communities to celebrate their traditions and connect with others who share their values, beliefs. However, without access to global distribution channels and marketing resources, local artists and creators may struggle to gain recognition and build a wider audience for work. This can lead to a lack of diversity in cultural products that are available to consumers as a global media and entertainment dominate the market. Global cultural production, on the other hand, refers to the creation and dissemination of cultural products that have a wider, often international reach. These include popular music, blockbuster movies, and other forms of entertainment consumed by people all over the world. Global cultural production can provide opportunities for artists and creators to reach a wider audience and gain greater exposure. However, it can also be criticized for its homogenizing effect on local cultures. As globalized media and entertainment dominate the market, local traditions and cultural practices may be overshadowed or even lost. The interaction between local and global cultural production can result in several outcomes. First, cultural hybridization. What is cultural hybridization? This refers to the blending of local and global cultural elements to create new hybrid forms. Hybrid forms refers to the blending of different artistic or literary genres, styles, or mediums to create a unique and innovative work. Second, cultural homogenization. This is when local culture starts to resemble each other due to the influence of dominant global cultures, often leading to a loss of cultural diversity and uniqueness. Cultural homogenization is the process by which diverse cultures are assimilated into a single uniform culture due to factors like globalization and other influence of dominant cultures. Third, cultural resistance. This is when local cultures resist the influence of global cultures to preserve their unique traditions and identities. This can lead to resurgence of local cultural production. Cultural resistance refers to the practice of using meanings and symbols, often from the culture itself, to contest and combat a dominant power, often as a form of political and social protest. Fourth, localization. This is a combination of globalization and localization, where global products are adapted to fit local cultures or vice versa. Globalization refers to the adaptation of global products, services, or ideas to suit local cultural preferences and conditions, resulting in a combination of local and global elements. In In conclusion, the dynamic between local and global cultural production is multifaceted and complex. While local cultural production can preserve cultural heritage and express unique identities, it may struggle with limited reach. Global cultural production can offer wider audience, reach, and production greater exposure, but can also lead to a cultural homogenization. Striking a balance between these two forms of cultural production is essential to promote diversity and preserve cultural heritage while embracing the opportunities of globalization. Let's proceed to lesson 2, globalization of religion. Globalization of religion refers to the spread and interconnectedness of religious beliefs, practices, and institutions across different cultures and societies around the world. This phenomenon has been facilitated by advancement in technology, increased mobility, and the proliferation of media, which have allowed religious ideas and practices to be shared and adapted across geographical and cultural boundaries. So, here are some more detailed look at the globalization of religion. First, spread of major religion. The globalization of religion has led to the spread of major world religions such as Christianity, Islam, Buddhism, and Hinduism beyond the region of origin. For example, Christianity and Islam have followers in virtually every country in the world. The religions, beliefs, and practices of Buddhism. Buddhist monks, Buddhist temple, and their beliefs. Buddhism is a tradition that focuses on personal spiritual development. Buddhists strive for a deep insight into the true nature of life and do not worship gods or deities. Buddhists believe in a rebirth and reincarnation, and that if a person releases their attachment to desire and the self, we can attain nirvana, a state of liberation and freedom from suffering. Their practices. There are two types of meditation practices, samatha and vipassana. Samatha is a practice of mindfulness, of breathing, and development of loving kindness. Vipassana aims of developing insight into reality, acquiring wisdom by studying Buddha teaching the Dharma. Through the reflecting of Dharma, Buddhists can achieve a deeper understanding of life. Buddhists believe in non-violence principle. There are a Dharma wheel. There are right mindfulness or control your thoughts, right view or know the truth, right intentions, free your mind of evil, right speech or say nothing that hurts others, right action or work for the good of others, right effort or resist evil, right livelihood or respect life. Some of the major Buddhist celebrations are Parinirvana Day in February, Buddha Day Vesak in May, Dharma Day in July, Padmasambhava Day in October, and Sangha Day in November. Now, let's proceed to Christianity. Christianity is the world's biggest religion with about 2.1 billion followers worldwide. It is based on the teachings of Jesus Christ, who lived in the Holy Land 2,000 years ago. The customs and practices of Christianity is Holy Baptism, Holy Communion symbols, Christmas celebration, Easter Sunday, Ash Wednesday, Easter egg hunting. Then let's proceed to Hinduism. Portrait of Vishnu, portrait of Sri Radha Krishna, Mirayaman Hindu. Their beliefs, most Hindus believe in Supreme God, whose qualities and forms are represented by deities which emanate from him. That existence is a cycle of birth, death, and rebirth governed by karma, and that the soul passes through a cycle of successive lives or reincarnation. Islam. Muslims believe in Allah, who is their one God. They believe in the unity and universality of God. Muslims have strong sense of community or ummah and an awareness of their solidarity with all Muslims worldwide. Islam means willing submission to God. Quran, the holy book of Islam. Hajj, the pilgrimage to Mecca. Custom and practices. Muslim believes in the 5 pillars of Islam, which are the foundation of Muslim life. Shahada, a statement of faith. There is no God but the one true God, and Muhammad is the messenger. Salat, the prayer that is practiced 5 times a day. Zakat, the monetary offering for the benefit of the poor. It is compromises the 2.5% of the Muslim assist. Fourth, Hajj, the yearly pilgrimage to Mecca. Muslims who can afford are asked to do the pilgrimage at least once in their lifetime. 5. Saum, the fasting. Muslims do fasting from food, drink, and sexual act during the celebration of Ramadan. Ramadan is the 9th month of the Islamic lunar calendar. The fast is the dawn to sunset. There are 5 major festivals of Muslim. First is Eid al-Fitr, end of Ramadan, Eid al-Adha, feast of sacrifice, Eid Mubarak, or a Muslim greeting reserved to use for the festival of Eid al-Adha and Eid al-Fitr. It means celebration, and Eid Mubarak means blessing. Judaism. Belief. The Jews believe in the God of Abraham, the same God that liberated the Hebrews, slaves from Egypt to Canaan, the promised land, through the leadership of Moses and later Joshua. The Jews believe in the coming of Messiah, the Savior. The sacred scripture of the Jews is called Torah, or the law. The Torah is the guide of the Jewish living. The study and interpretation of Torah is part of the Jewish culture. The customs and practices. 5 major festivals observed by Jews. First, Rosh Hashanah, the New Year, Yom Kippur, the Day of Atonement, Pesach, Passover, Shavuot, Pentecost, Sukkot, Tabernacles. The Jewish Sabbath begins on Friday evening at sunset and is an important time when families gathered in the Shabbat meal. Second, religious pluralism. As religions spread globally, societies becomes more religiously diverse. This religious pluralism can lead to increased interfaith dialogue and cooperation, but it can also result in religious tension and conflict. Third, global religious movements. Globalization has given rise to new religious movements that have a global reach. These movements often blend elements from different religions, traditions, and may use modern technology to disseminate their beliefs and practices. Fourth, religion and migration. Migration has been a significant factor in the globalization of religion. As people move for work, education, or other reasons, they bring the religious beliefs and practices with them, introducing the religion to new regions, like kanang mga OFW. Kay, di ba, for example, ma-abroad sila sa Qatar, kanang language sa Qatar ilaha pod nang i-adapt, or kana gani mga practices sa Qatar ilaha pong i-adapt para makasulod sila dito or mapabilang sila sa mga tao dito. Fifth, religion and media. The global reach of media, especially digital media, has allowed for the rapid spread of religious ideas and practices. Religious groups can now use the internet, televisions, and other forms of media to reach a global audience. 6. Interfaith dialogue. The globalization of religion has also facilitated interfaith dialogue, fostering understanding and cooperation among followers of different religions. 7. Religious conflict. On the downside, the globalization of religion can also lead to or exacerbate religious conflict. When different religious traditions come into contact, it can sometimes result in tension and conflict, particularly if one religion attempts to dominate others. Now, let's proceed to Lesson 3, Researching Globalization. Researching globalization involves studying the multifaceted aspect of globalization integration, including its economic, political, social, and cultural dimensions. This research may involve exploring the effects of globalization on various sectors, analyzing global networks and connections, investigating the globalization in shaping global challenges and opportunities. Researchers may employ a range of methodologies, including quantitative analysis or qualitative studies or case studies. When we say qualitative analysis, relating to measuring or measured by the quality of something rather than its quantity. Then, when we say quantitative studies, relating to measuring or measured by the quantity of something rather than its quality, case studies, and interdisciplinary approaches to gain a comprehensive understanding of globalization and its implication. One current and pressing research issue of globalization in Mindanao is the impact of globalization on indigenous communities and their cultural heritage. This includes studying how globalization influences the preservation and revitalization of indigenous traditions, languages, and practices, as well as the challenges faced by indigenous communities in the face of globalization. There are several key steps analyzing research issues. First, identify the research issues. Start by identifying the specific research issues or topic that need to be analyzed. Second, conduct literature review or RRL. Conduct a comprehensive literature review to gather existing research and knowledge on the chosen research issues. Third, collect and analyze data. Depending on the nature of the research issues, collect relevant data through primary or secondary sources. This could involve conducting surveys, interviews, experiments, or analyzing existing data sets. Fourth, interpret and present findings. Interpret the analyzed data and identify key findings that address the research issues. Fifth, engage in discussions. Encourage active discussions and engagement within the class by inviting questions, comments, and perspective on the research issues and findings. And the last one is reflect and summarize. Reflect on the process of analyzing research issues and presenting the findings. By following these steps, students can effectively analyze research issues and present their findings to the class, fostering a deeper understanding of the subject matter and encouraging critical thinking and discussions among peers. That's all. Thank you.